Oh, look at this hardware, man. SDA-ABO. Got the Latin American camera.
They got some trainers say, and some fighters say, well, I don't watch videos of the guy fighting. I let the coach watch it. This, hey, man.
Guys, one thing we know for sure about Wilder, he hit you clean. Right. And this woman whooped the whole world twice. The whole world. What's the dang deal? Facebook, Instagram. Good morning. It's another Saturday morning with Soapboxing Podcast. It's your boy Manny Fresh, and of course we got the who we got today? We got the Electoral College class of 2020. Cum what? Cum.
Summa cum laude. I'm top of the class.
What's going on, Coach? How's your weekend starting out?
Pretty good, man. It's busy, man. We got this fight. We got a fight today. Opponent pulled out last night. Got a fight today, and my son got a ball game. They undefeated this year and got the steepest competition at 2:30. So we're gonna figure it out.
Man, well, it's a beautiful day. Sun is out. The skies are clear, so ain't nothing but W's gonna happen today. Well, today's guest, we are super excited to have with us Ms. Ravven Brown. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How about y'all?
Oh man,
Excited to be here.
Thank you for taking the time, man. So, Ms. Ravven, you from the ATL, huh?
I sure am.
How long was it before you moved out to Texas?
I actually moved out to Texas in 2009 because I had a full scholarship at the University of North Texas to play basketball. So I moved out here in 2009 to pursue that and go forward with that.
So you another basketball athlete that turned boxing, huh?
Yeah, man. That's why I say I'm a big advocate for sports, building character, and helping the youth get to where they want to be. So yeah, if it wasn't for sports, I don't know where I would be.
So what year did you get into boxing?
I want to say about 4 years ago. About 4 years ago. So I met Jeffrey Mays 4 years ago, and I guess you could say everything since then has been history. So
you got into
4
boxing.
years ago, you've been doing this thing 20 years, man, and you got one fight.
Well, you know what I was gonna say, because she came in and just started kicking ass from the jump, because I'm looking at her USA Boxing National Tournament, and you finished, if not in, let me see, you finished third in 2017 in your Eastern Elite qualifier, second in your Elite National Championships in 2017. 2018, you were first in your qualifier. 2018 Western Elite qualifiers, second place. 2018 National Championship, first place. 2019 second place. So god dang, you just came out kicking ass.
It's crazy because I actually, I don't want to say I forgot all of those accolades, but I did come in and kind of do a thing, but I like to say I like to focus on my progress. I wasn't so worried about the accolades. I was just focused on me getting better throughout the years and me progressing each and every time I step in the ring. So yeah, it feels good to hear and hear you repeat all those back to me, because I forgot about them. But yeah.
So that brings us up to 2020, man. How did COVID how has COVID affected your year? But I know it was also an Olympic year.
Yeah, I mean, like they say, you can either look at the glass half empty or half full. pretty much 2020, it could have been a downfall for people, or it could have been a come up for people. I think that I took this year to kind of focus on my body, my mental, and the things that I need to work on within my game and within my my skill set. So I'm actually thankful for 2020. It did stop a lot of the competitions, which I do miss. But I do think that I worked on some things and I took advantage of this time. So I don't regret it, you know.
D.
Man, look, I'm a friend. Me and Ravens coach is friends, man. We talk pretty regular, you know, be it text or phone or whatever. And I tell you, bro, I fall in love with people, man, and people's stories, especially successful stories that had to face adversity to get there, man. I don't, you know, if you're winning all the damn time, it don't, you know, it ain't all that impressive to me. You know, I like to see you get it in the mud and see how they react, how they respond, and what my buddy told me about Ravven and how where she came from, a little bit of a story. I've been rooting for a long time, and this is our first interaction right here on this podcast. I wanted to get on you a long time ago, man, because I'm such a fan, man. But yeah, late start, came through kicking ass, man. Every time I talk to Jeff, she done won another division. I was like, man, what you feeding this gal, man? How you do that shit? And everybody knows how big of a proponent I am of women's boxing, because I believe it's treated. I don't want to sound like a complainer, but it's, you know, if you talk to the average person about women's boxing, they really not very knowledgeable, and they just kind of overlook it. And man, we far past that shit. You know what I'm saying? We way past that, man. These guys is winning Olympic medals. These guys they putting a gal on every pay-per-view show, every app show now. And guess what? Half the time they the best fight. Yep. They the most action-packed fights. I just, you know, man, I have a soft spot for women's boxing in general. So when I have one I can root for, that I feel like I'm on the team, I'm all the way on the team. I'm all the way on the team, motherfuckers. I don't know. So if you coaches my people, I'm all the way down. You know, I'm down to put them egg weights in your gloves and then get them eggs.
Nah, and that's crazy because I felt that as soon as I know this is our first time interacting like face to face, but I felt the energy as soon as I think we linked on Instagram, or I don't even know, but I felt the energy and I felt the support immediately, and I always tell you I'm grateful for it and I appreciate it. So
absolutely,
it
absolutely.
Goes
I just like good feeds off good, man, because it's like spur milk, man. If I smell something stinking, I ain't going around it. You know, I don't gotta taste the shit. I ain't gotta taste it. I see it. Experience that, man. But I know I forgot exactly how it happened, but what happened with the last year, I don't remember. It was kidney stones or something. What happened now?
So we came to the conclusion that it was so I fought in Worlds at 141. And most people don't know, but before that, beginning of the year before Worlds, I always, me and Coach always talked about dropping to 125, and it's because, like I said, like you know, I fought at 152, 141, 132, but it's easy. I don't really have to diet to make 132. I don't have to, you know. So I was like, well, what if, you know, I actually be more disciplined with my eating as well? I'm pretty sure I can make it to 125. So with that being said, that was a plan originally, but some things got, messed up and misconstrued. So we ended up going to Worlds at 141, which was a blessing. And within that time frame, we got back and only had like a week and a couple days to make 125 at the tournament. And I did it, you know, and it's that dog, that competitive instinct in me to, when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it, you know. So it wasn't so much of you know, me. I don't know. I just wanted to reach it because I knew I could do it. So I did it with. It was unhealthy, and you know, I learned from it, but I did it within that short amount of time, and it kind of it messed up my body bad, and I couldn't figure it out, but I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was wrong, but I was going through some pain, man, some pain. I was trying to fight through it, and I usually can fight through a lot. So in my pain time, it's just kind
them
of
kidney
high.
stones.
Yeah, but them kidney stones, and I was trying to, you know, I was being hard headed. Maze was telling me to go to the hospital, but I was like, nah, if I go to the hospital, they'll tell me something wrong, and then I won't be able to fight at nationals. So I was like, so 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 I was like, let me just fight through it. Let me fight through it, and I'll figure it out after nationals. And so I tried to fight through it, and man, it caught up to me, and I couldn't do anything about it. And I just, and you know, my teammates, my coaches were telling me to just, you know, let it, like, just, you know, everything happened for a reason. But yeah, I missed. I was actually at the tournament, and that's what was devastating. And I couldn't even get out the bed. That's how bad it was. I couldn't even walk straight. I couldn't even stand up straight. So it got to me, and man, it was a depressing time after that. Not even gonna lie, but you know, you get stuff, you fight through it. Everything happened for a reason. So.
And that happened earlier this year, right?
No, it happened last December.
Oh, last December. Okay.
Yeah, at nationals.
Damn, and that's gotta be tough,
Fighters,
man.
fighters be so used to fighting with shit wrong, man. It's kind of like why the excuse shit is such a put off to people in boxing, you know, because everybody's fighting with something's wrong. You got a cold, you had the flu 2 days ago, you got a bad elbow, something's wrong, and that's why you need people around fighters to say, hey, this is some extra shit right here, man. this ain't the regular old fight through the shit, you know. That you know, y'all so used to going against the grain, man, that yeah, sometimes you can harm yourself. Got to be very, very careful of that. Raven, how far you went to basketball? I want to know. Tell me about last game of basketball till you walk into a boxing gym. You follow what I'm saying? That journey.
Okay, so
Roughly. I mean, not
yeah,
roughly.
I get you. I get you. Okay, so well, I mean, I can make it short for you. So like I said, 2009, I came out to Denton, Texas, to play for the University of North Texas. Um, like I stated before, it was a wild time for me. Growing up in Atlanta, you know, uh, it was. I'm not gonna say it was the worst time, but
I love everything about you but your football team. Go ahead.
don't let my daddy hear you say that, man. He might jump on this live.
Die hard, Falcon.
Yes. But yeah, so you know, I moved, came up here to play basketball. Wasn't good with authority, so I kind of got kicked off. Well, not kind of. I did get kicked off 4 times in 3 years. So one of those years I got kicked off twice. But they ended up, you know, keep giving me chance after chance to put me back on. So I think my junior year, that was like the last straw, and I parted ways with North Texas, University of North Texas, and I ended up at Oklahoma. God bless you. Ended up at Oklahoma City University. And so at Oklahoma City University, that was a NAIA, but we did pretty well. We went to the tournament. I think we finished in like the top 16 or something like that. And after that, after basketball, I kind of went downhill. That's when I got locked up and was out in Dallas. You know, going crazy for a while because I didn't have that structure in my life. I was so used to basketball waking me up, taking me to school, having me disciplined for the next day. I didn't have basketball anymore, so I was kind of lost and ended up getting in some trouble. And I decided to join the Navy to turn things around for me. But blessing came and May stepped into my life when I was going into the Navy, and I came back out here to San Antonio to say goodbye to all my family. And I met Mays at the Boys and Girls Club, and he told me just to hold off. He was like, "Hold off on the Navy for me. I think I got something better for you." And I was like, "You want me to hold off on the Navy, a career for something idea you got in mind?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll think about it. I'll think about it." Then I came back the next day with the papers for the gym and signed up. I think we stayed in the gym the next day for like a good couple hours. My first day, I was bored. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to come back, but I came back and it was history. Like I said, after that.
And I want to know when you first started boxing. How did you pick up on it? What did you find it? Did you find it easy to pick up because you were an athlete already, or did you feel frustration because you were being trained to do something totally new and different? And how do you adapt to that?
Like I said, it was a mixture. It was a mixture of frustration and a mixture of me loving the challenge and me wanting to pick it up and figure it out. Like I said, all I know was basketball, so I needed something else to put my focus and my energy towards that was positive. So I looked at it as a challenge, but then again, it was something new, and it wasn't basketball. So like I would get frustrated because like in basketball, you take big steps. You try to get to your point by the big steps. In boxing, you need those small steps. You have to. It's a lot different. So. You have to train your mind a little bit better. In basketball, it's crazy. In basketball, I think our running test was to do a mile. And everybody be like, "Man, we got to do a whole mile for basketball? And that's crazy." And now I do a mile to warm up, so it's a lot different, mentally and physically. So like I said, I love the challenge of it being a new sport and me having to get in that lifestyle and switch my lifestyle. But it was also, frustrating because it was something new. But I loved it.
This thing, this sport, man, it seems like it's a redemptive place for people who had it hard, rather hard times was put on them or they chose hard times. Irregardless, there's some redemption found in boxing that if you're built right, if you have the character and the willingness to fight on, it'll give a person a place to stake their claim. You know what I'm saying? They can say, "Hey, this is me. Yeah, that used to be me, and this is me now." And I'm talking about the worst of the worst. You become to fighting and find yourself. Not to shit on any sports or any other thing. I'm sure there's places to do that, but in boxing, I think the guys and girls who excel, all those people that had the world against them, they made bad choices. And at some point, it don't matter if you're in a cell, at a funeral, or in the gym with a bloody nose. At some point, people say, "All right, I got to do the work in order to succeed. It's time to do the work." And that's all anybody should expect from anybody, that you're going to do the work that it takes to be successful, man. And I never tired those stories ever. Every individual is different, got their own story, and I love them all. We share a bond that this thing, I got a cousin, man, that was pro. When he died, he was 10-08 knockouts. And when I tell you, my family is from the wrong side of the tracks and shit. You know, that poor guy, man, I love him to death. And he was so talented as a fighter, right? But if he didn't have fights, if he wasn't had an active schedule, he was gonna find himself back in the penitentiary.
Yeah.
And you know, and just watching his seesaw career from prize fighter and criminal, you know, it's a hard thing to watch. But I always understood why he was good at it, you know. And then in the end, he lost that war to the other side. But you know, rest in peace. But you get to see raw nerves on people, man, in boxing, and the weak get beat.
You know, any sports, any organized sports is good, right? It's good.
Yeah.
It's good for the community. It's good for kids that are, you know, going through things, and it's a good platform to release energy and then even excel and create opportunities for the future. I think boxing is very unique though in the fact that, you know, you got kicked off the basketball team like 3 or 4 times. You had a problem with authority. You can't have those kind of problems in boxing.
Nope.
You have to be able to control your emotions and control that energy and channel that in. You know, I tell people that kind of anger is like electricity, right? You look at all the power lines throughout the world. They empower us. They give us light. They give us electricity. They give us power. It gives us the resources to accomplish what we need to do. But if you go up there and you grab one of those wires that ain't conducted or ain't covered, it can kill you. And that's the same thing with anger and your emotions and your feelings. When it's conducted and it's protected and it's channeled, man, you have the power to do whatever you need to do to accomplish. But if you can't control that, then you're just gonna hurt yourself and those around you. And in boxing, you don't have the luxury of, oh man, my teammate didn't pass me the ball. Oh, this fucker didn't catch the ball. This guy didn't fucking block for me. He didn't, you know, he fucking couldn't strike. I mean, he couldn't throw a strike to save his life. In boxing, it's just you and your opponent. And half the time, if you can master yourself, well, then there's nothing that your opponent can do to you.
Yep.
And so, you know, with what Coach is saying, it's true. And that's why that's those that have had some of the, you know, tougher paths in life seem to excel, because if you can master yourself, like all the other shit, you know, whether it's the streets, whether it's the penitentiary, whether it's, you know, bad attitudes, those couldn't do nothing to us. But if we can master ourselves and our emotions and channel our energy into boxing, well then shit, good things are gonna happen.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I always tell people, like I was saying earlier, the transition from basketball to boxing, it's a huge one. Like you said, you can't hide with boxing. With basketball, you can kind of hide in the background. You can kind of blame it on your teammates. You can kind of take a couple plays off. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of switch. You know, you get to, you know, you can kind of do all those little things to get by, and you have a team that's there for you that can actually understand and take that pain and that loss and that hurt with you and the blame with you. But in boxing, you can't hide. It's just you. You know, if you let your anger get the best of you, everybody gonna see it. You can't blame your coach for that. You know, you can't blame your coach. Oh, he should have took me out when I was angry. Or he should have subbed me in to calm me down. Ain't none of that in boxing. You know, it's you versus you really. And that's what I was saying earlier about me. It's not that I forgot all the accolades, but I don't want to get lost in the accolades, because it's not so much about that. It's about me. It's about my progress. It's about my work ethic and how I done got better. You know, so yeah, boxing, you can't hide. You can't hide in this sport.
So how have you changed? How have you changed personally in the last 4 to 5 years? Right, because you were about to take off you were about to take off to the Navy,
Yeah.
and live a completely different life. How's your mindset changed?
Um, man, I can say that my mindset now, I'm more disciplined. I'm more disciplined with not only my my career, but I'm disciplined with my family. I'm a disciplined with my mental, my mind state, my body. Like I said, it's in basketball. You couldn't get me to. I couldn't touch my toes in basketball. Like when we stretched and I sat down, man, I was trying to reach for my toes. You know. Now in boxing, I wake up like this morning. I woke up and I stretched. Then I went to go run. Now it's a part of my daily routine stretching. You know, now I can easily touch my toes. You know, and I'm progressing with that. But I'm just more involved with myself. You know, I think I got I came into myself with boxing because, like I said, all I have is me in that ring. You know, Maze is there and he always gonna be there for me, but he can't fight for me. He can't bite down and put that dog in for me. It's only me, you know. So I think I gained confidence in myself. I gained confidence in my mind state, like everything with boxing. It's something that I actually wish that I had in basketball because I probably would have been more of a dog, you know, in the sport of basketball if I had this mindset. But yeah, my mindset is definitely
I
it's,
I
it's
don't
getting.
have I don't have I know Coach Mays just off of Facebook. I see his we're friends on Facebook. I don't have Coach Derek is the one that has the relationship with him. But from what I see from him, he seems very laid back. Like he don't seem like he just seems like he's a little more laid back. How has your relationship with Coach Mays been, and has there been those moments where, or does he know how to coach you?
And it's crazy that you say that because I actually don't realize it until people ask me because that's how much of our relationship. That's how much it just flows.
Yeah.
But man, I speak to him every day, whether I want to or not. Like he's a part of my life now. Like if I something wrong with my car or I need something, he gonna get a text from me, you know. And it's like now he's my family. He's not only my coach. And like I said, the day that I walked in the gym, now you gotta remember, like I said, I didn't really have that authoritative figure growing up, you know. I got away with a lot. So when I went to UNT, it was the same. My coaches really didn't have that confidence in me. Like I said, they kicked me out 4 times in 3 years, you know. So I really didn't have that person to be like, all right, I believe in you. Let's go, you know. And with Coach Mays, he got me a news interview. I had 0 fights, like zero experience. Like I was on the news and he was telling people on KSAT 12 that I was going to be a national champion. I was going to fight for Team USA. And I'm looking at him like, man, what is you doing? Like now I'm actually have to live up to this. Like, what is you doing? And I'm just like, bro, he's just talking. Like man, like so. And it's crazy to look back on that because a man that I just met a couple months ago and I had 0 fights and he been in the game for a while, he actually believed in me to step on camera in front of hundreds of people and say that. And it actually came true. Everything he said came true. I became a national champion. I was on Team USA and more. So it's like for him to actually believe in me and stick by me through it all is crazy. And I mean, who like it ain't a relationship if you don't have arguments or disagreements. You have arguments and disagreements with your mom, with your dad, with
Do
your brothers
you
and
think?
sisters. You know,
Do you think?
so
Do you think that him? Do you think that him having the faith in you and believing in you the way that he did, without you even achieving anything yet, affected how you trained and how you looked at the sport?
oh yeah, look at Customato. Look how you did Tyson. You know, it's just you got to know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like if that man told me to get in the ring, do a backflip, then do jab and go down to the body, I'm gonna do it. You know, I don't even know how to do a backflip, but I'm gonna do it if he say do it. You know, I trust that man with everything in that ring, and that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, it might have been a coaching tactic to put that confidence in me, even if I didn't have it. But he did it, and like I said, whether he was doing it on purpose or not, it worked. You know?
Now, was there ever a time, whether it was in sparring or your fight or something in training, that challenged you, and you asked yourself, "Fuck, am I cut out for this? Am I making the right decision?" When was that? I want to know about that first doubt and how you responded to it.
Listen, so like I said on the news clip, he was telling me I was gonna be on Team USA. I was like, man, yeah, man. He was showing me Naomi Graham. Naomi actually gave me my first black eye. He was showing me like all the people that was on Team USA, and like it was like, yeah, you gonna be there, and I'm just seeing the glitter and gold, right? I'm seeing the USA on their back. I'm seeing that I'm hearing that they going to travel against the fight against different countries. I'm hearing they going to Russia and all that. I'm just hearing the perks of it all, you know. So I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to get up there. You know, I can't wait to get to Colorado. Man, when I got to Colorado, my first week, I think who was my roommate? I think it was Bree from Hawaii. Man, I was like, I want to text coach every morning. I don't think this is for me, coach. I think we made a mistake. Like because it's different because when you get up there, you don't have any distractions. It's just boxing. You know, when I'm here at work, when I'm here at home, I have work, I have my family, I have boxing, I have a whole bunch of distractions, you know. So sometimes I can't make it to practice because I got to go work. So I get the day off, you know, from boxing, you know, but in Colorado, ain't no excuses. You know, you right there next to the gym. You know, you got the recovery room. So if you hurt, you need to go get recovery, come back the next day, shake it. And it was just like, and you training with the best of the best up there. You know, I might be considered the best in San Antonio. So when I'm sparring, that's inside of people's head. So, you know, it might go a little bit different. But when you out there in Colorado, you with the best of Ohio. You got the best of Colorado out there. You got the best of the best. So it's like everybody going in there with that mindset, like, come on, let's work. And so with me having less experience and you know, this being my first time out there, it was more of a struggle, and it was more of me finding out how to deal with it, you know, because me still going back out there, it's still not cakewalk, you know, but I know how to deal with it better. I know how to get through it. So yeah, that first training camp out there in Colorado, that was a moment for me. I was like, I don't know, maybe I dug a hole a little too deep for me. You know, it's all good.
It seemed like you fucking kicked ass while you were out there.
Yep. What was it? I didn't medal, but I did. I think top 8 in the world or something like that out there in Russia. So I was proud of myself.
Coach, you got some experience with some top level national team, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Hey, this is what I wanted to say. I like how I ain't got to talk this episode, man. I can just watch. Ravven is yeah, you're gonna be all right. I'll say this, man. I'll say this as a trainer, and and there's plenty of great trainers. There's plenty, you know, shit trainers. I think what Ravven is, and correct me, baby, if I'm wrong. If I'm way off, say it. Watch how right I am. So the good trainers do this. Something sparks their interest in the kid, right? Be it size, length, attitude, whatever. It could be anything. But a great trainer is gonna teach you to depend on yourself. When you realize that you're dependable on you, you get rid of the excuses. You get rid of hiding in the background, passing the ball, all that shit what you was talking about. Because you get brought to a place where it's just you. Like you said, your coach is out there screaming, but it's just you. And when you pass the test, and you might have not even won the fight, but you passed the test and fought back and kicked ass and made a good account for yourself, you slowly but surely realize you could depend on you. And that changes everybody. That changes anyone. There's no more excuses. There's no more my mama treated me bad. My brother was our favorite. The team's holding me down because I wanted number 32 and they gave me 17 or whatever the shit is, man. When a fighter realizes he can count on himself and then looks across over the ropes to the guy who taught him to depend on himself, he'll run through the fucking wall if you tell him to. That's why you'll try to backflip. It's not about it's nothing in this world like the trainer fighter relationship that's real, right? It's not based on Ravven. We lost. Well, Ravven, you should have threw more jabs. It was your fault. No shit, man. That's what you're giving me. That's what I got.
You shouldn't have got hit.
Fuck out. They put you to the side and tell you exactly what happened. The way you let yourself down, where you didn't listen. And you know better than that. And what we're going to do is, I'm never going to walk away from you. We're going to get in the gym and fix it. That's how you become a better person. That's how trainers, that's what separates great trainers from the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? You teach people to depend on themselves, because when you can depend on yourself, that opens up everything. You no longer panic when shit ain't looking your way, and you just say, I don't figure this shit out. You compartmentalize, you do whatever it takes. It's much more than just you should have threw more jabs. You didn't throw enough jabs. that ain't gonna get it, man. That ain't gonna get it. And I think where you were before that boxing gym and where you are now is two different people. I'm sure. I mean, in the core, you Ravven. If you got a flip mouth, you probably still got a flip mouth. Yeah. But I bet you don't. When you do panic, because we all panic, you don't look for a place to hide.
Yeah.
You ball your fists up. Nah, fuck that. Come on. That's the difference, man. That's the difference. And I tell people all the time, look, sometimes it's not important. It's not important of, who said that? I heard it. And I say, man, that shit's perfect. Not important. It's not always important how you throw the punch when you throw the punch. You need to throw the punch then, and then you'll change the outcome. So when people change, when people become better versions of themselves, man, they decide to be better. And now the other shit don't work, man. The petty shit, like, they got you in trouble where you was, you had downtime, so you went and found some trouble, man. That shit don't even enter your mind now, because you got shit to do. You got great to be. Yeah. It's something when you got to be great, man. When you believe you can depend on yourself to be great, man. I no longer want to go over there and fuck with the losers. I'm over here now. Yeah. That's what you got to do.
It's purpose behind everything now. It's purpose.
Exactly, man.
For a second, I thought you were going to say you got to believe to receive.
Hey.
That too.
I thought you.
Hey, but see when that believe receive shit ain't got no weight. This motherfucker say, Mark Breland spiked his water so he could lose.
Oh, man.
The other guy had weights in his gloves, and then Mark Breland saved him from the fight. He didn't save him from the fight. He quit to make sure he was losing. This motherfucker's excuses is fucking up his other excuses. I don't get it, man.
He sounded like Trump. Stop the count. No, wait, keep counting. No, wait, stop the count.
Stop the count. Stop the count over there where they got more than me. But you got to keep counting over here where I ain't got enough. Make sense. Break.
Ravven. So what's the future hold, man? What's the game plan? You got anything coming up for 2020, or you just gonna wait for the new year? What do we got look forward to?
Like I said, 2020, man, this year it turned some things around, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be at the national tournament come December, just to get some fights in. Why not? See what I've been working on. Put some things together. So I know in December I'll be there for that. But other than that, I just let things flow, let things come to me.
You ever come out to Houston?
I came to Houston a couple times. Not this year, of course, but I want to say last year. I've been out there. Yeah.
You come out here to put some work in, or you fight some of the girls out here? How's it looking in San Antonio as far as female boxing for you?
I've actually been in camp with Paula. So I don't know if you know. I don't want to butcher her name, but it's
the Hispanic girl.
Yes, I know Paula is her last name.
Yeah.
And she's the #1 contender for the WBC belt. So I've been helping her with her camp and getting ready for that. I think she fights December 16th or 17th. So I've been helping her with that. But I mean, I don't mind traveling. But like I said, this 2020 it kind of put us in this little bubble. But other than that, I'm the past couple years or the years that I've been, around. I've been in, Colorado, finding sparring. I fight a lot. That's why I'm in so many weight classes, because sparring and fighting is different. I try to get as many fights as I can, no matter the weight. So, that's mostly what I do. I do love to spar, and I definitely have been sparring more this year because there haven't been any more fights. So.
What do you? How do you see women's boxing, man? Who do you like? Who do you enjoy watching as far as women's boxing, but boxing overall? But I want to ask you about the women's boxing. You got Clarissa Shields out there. I mean, you got so many great names right now in women's boxing. How does that make you feel about your future?
Michaela won her world title last weekend.
Yeah.
Marlene, Michaela, we got a bunch of them.
A bunch of them. Well, they all. I got a lot of girls, and I take some from all of them. Of course, O'Shea Jones, that Southpaw killer right there. I love watching her, just for the simple fact, we cool. I know her story. I know her work ethic, and I know where she has been and how far she's come. So I definitely love to watch her. Just and like I said, she's a southpaw, so I definitely watch film on her. I don't even know if she know that. We that's like my sister, but I don't even know if she know I watch film.
She's from she's out of Ohio. Where she's out of from? Ohio. Yeah.
Ooh, I think Toledo, Ohio. I know Ohio, but I'm not sure what city, but I'm pretty sure it's Toledo.
Okay.
But, O'Shea, my big dog, Danielle, she a man, it's so Naomi, that jab of hers, I love that. Watching that is incredible. And like you said, Michaela, she doing big things for women's boxing. Of course, Clarissa, you can't leave her out of there.
Who?
Clarissa.
Who's that?
Oh, you don't know Clarissa? 2-time gold medalist.
You better ask Clarissa about me.
You know what? My bad. Just Google her. Just Google her.
Hey, Clarissa gets sick of me cheering on. I see she done. I see she got a new boyfriend now. She acting sedated. She only old coach too old, man. I got daughters her age, man. I'm just a fan. That's all.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. The women's game, it definitely should be respected a lot more than it is. But that's what we looking. I know we all looking to come in there and change the game and give it that respect that it deserves. We all got that goal in common, so I'm excited about that. And I know after this year or after the Olympics, the turnover ratio is going to be crazy. So I know the pro game for the women is going to change tremendously. with all the new talent coming in. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I think women's boxing gonna do some big things. We might even have some pay-per-view headliners on there. That I mean, that's what I'm aiming for. You know, I that's what I want to do. You know, I want to change the game. If I'm not in it to do that, I don't know what I'm in it for. You know.
And it's funny, man. A couple of years ago, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, the people were talking about how boxing was dead. Boxing couldn't be more alive now. You got every division, whether it's women's or men's, is stacked from heavyweight to welterweight to super.
You got divisions. You got different cultures coming together. Like you got I think like a couple of my homegirls, Catherine, she going for the Haiti national team. They haven't even had a women's boxing team. She's gonna be one of the first ones to represent on there. So it's like not only are we bringing women into it, the different weight classes, we're bringing the different cultures, we're bringing the skill sets, different styles.
Yeah,
like, we just as good as the males. You know what I'm saying? If not better, we can put on. You know,
Fresh. I think me and Ravven talked about it one day. I think a side effect of women's boxing is that because they're in the hot seat so fast, you got to put the best against the best. So it's almost like a side effect is that you're gonna get the good fights because they got to fight. Them gals doing. There ain't no such thing as 30 fights and you ain't fought the best. You know what I'm saying? You got to be out there fighting everybody. So that's another reason why I enjoy it. In order for the females are actually fighting for their name, to say, hey, man, we the best in the world right now. So, yeah, man, what's not to like about? I mean, I understand that people don't want to see women fight because, my wife, she'll fight right now, but you ain't gonna hit her if I'm standing. But so I get that aspect of it. But these are athletes. These are women who train to do fight. To fight each other.
That's what we sign up for.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's just gonna grow and get bigger, and with Clarissa, Michaela, hell, even Marlene, man, you got to give her credit for turning that fight around she just had.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of rocky at first, and then she came in there and took over and did her thing. All these ladies, man, and you got Ravven, these elite amateurs. Danielle done turned pro. She whooped somebody the other day. I think she about to whoop somebody else. So it's you got y'all kicking in the door. Hey, we ain't knocking no more. Fuck it, get out the way, and we gonna fight. So that's all it takes. And even the hardcore fans, the ones who's not coming around, they will.
And I think too, because like we having more athletes, we having more women athletes get into the sport of boxing. It's getting common, so I feel like the playing field is gonna get better. It's gonna
deeper and deeper,
more talent. You're gonna have the deeper pool. You know what I'm saying? To choose from and to sign. So I think that's gonna play a big role in it too. Getting more of the youth, our younger ladies involved and into the sport as well. So
absolutely.
We got a question from one of the viewers. They're asking, what y'all think about this Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson fight on November 28th, 2020? Now, Roy Jones Jr., that's one of your fighters, huh, Ravven?
Yeah, I like Roy.
Yeah, Coach loves him.
Oh yeah.
I was a big fan of Roy too, man.
Go ahead, baby.
No, I was just saying it's like he like a Picasso in the ring. I just like to see his work of art. It's entertaining, but it's also a skill set to it, and it's a plan behind it. So I love watching Roy.
I'm excited about this fight.
I like that they both over 50. I'm glad they ain't trying to put one of them in there with a unfair shit, because that ain't right. But at 55, I think 54, maybe 51 or something. Hey, Mike has never been a big heavyweight. So Roy is about 5'11", 5, he damn near 6 feet. And he ain't no, he ain't a little guy. So I just hope they can hold their hands up for the whole time. Cause I can see Mike trying to fucking swing, and then after that first round, he whoop his own ass because he's tired. And Roy defense ain't never been his forte. So put on your track shoes, bro. Don't let that motherfucker hit you, man. So you could grab on and hold on or something. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a good show. I'm glad it happened. I'm glad I get to witness it too. So.
But I finally seen Mike say, it's for this Legends League, and it's on purpose. We getting the ex champs and giving them a shot because he's already saying he wants to fight next and shit. So long as that nobody gets hurt, man, you can't tell a man not to fight, man.
Yeah.
So
are they gonna be wearing headgear?
No.
No headgear?
No.
Because Julio Cesar Chavez, he fought the other day, and he was wearing headgear. Now that was.
I think they did like a real exhibition, right?
Yeah.
Him and
but his son, but it was on the zone, and his son was it on the zone? I think it was.
I didn't get to watch it. I didn't know if it was.
But even Junior was on the fight. But I think it's great. I think the year that we've had sucked. I think a lot of boxing was hurt. And it's something very nostalgic about when you think about Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. finally getting in the ring after all these years. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be very satisfying. I think it's gonna be very satisfying to watch and say, okay, we finally got to watch.
What you rather watch? 2 ex all-time greats or these fucking YouTube guys? I'd rather watch Tyson and Roy Jones. I'd rather watch them. See what happens, man. Throw them in the mix, man.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. They willing. They like Ravven said, they signed up for it. But Mike Tyson ain't gonna stay on his toes and float like a butterfly, bro. That he ain't never did that. So even if he don't try to hurt you, man, he's gonna be punching. I wouldn't even presume to pick a winner or anything, because I don't think they're gonna score it, man. I think no headgear, 10-ounce gloves, and they're not gonna score it. So in order to win, I guess it'll just be public opinion.
But you never know, man. I mean, listen, these are fighters.
Yeah.
These are professional boxers. And once you get in there, look, the body may age, but the mind doesn't. The mind does not age, not one bit. So when you in there, you get a little flashback. Oh shit. You get that feeling of moving in the ring, getting punched, throwing punches. Your body might be old, but your mind ain't. So it's gonna be fun to watch how they react, especially Mike Tyson.
I think Roy was upset too because I think they're making it 2 minutes instead of 3 minutes.
Yeah, 2-minute rounds.
Yeah.
That's another difference. Yeah.
What is it?
And that damn WBC done came up with a Geritol League belt too. Seen that? WBC got a title. I didn't see that part. Yeah, they got a title. I forgot what it's called.
No.
I read it, but I forgot. I'm gonna watch it.
Well, Ravven, man, where can people follow you at? What on social media?
Oh, so on my Instagram _Ravven RAVVEN 2 V's _Ravven Brown. That's really it. I really don't do too much social media. I'm trying to get better at it to promote myself and my hard work and my career. But that's it right now. Just follow me on there though.
I'm about to go follow you right now. Bam, done.
Hit that follow, Manny. I got you.
Yeah, I got you. Man, well, we appreciate you coming on the show, man. It was a great conversation. I'm glad that you were able to tell your story because there's a lot of girls out there that are watching this, and not only girls though, but even women who are in their early 20s and they might not know what to do with life, and they might be joining the army next month, and they watch something like this or they hear your story and they're like, well, fuck, man, maybe maybe there's other options, and maybe I can do it. Maybe I should try it, and so, these are the stories that need to be told. These are the stories that are going to help others, that are going to inspire others, that are going to, help people push through those difficult moments in life, right? That's why I asked you, when was that first time that you had that doubt, and how did you deal with it, right? Because doubt is a real part of all this. You can have people pumping you up all day, telling you you're going to do this and you're going to do that, and it's all fine and dandy until you start getting your head punched and you're wondering, fuck, am I good enough? Am I cut out for this? And how do I persevere, and how do I get better? And that's just as important as the mental aspect of it is just as important as the physical and the training. And so it's always great to hear an inspirational story where you're doing it and you're going to continue to do it and you're going to continue to be an example. And so we appreciate you coming on the show and sharing that with us. And I'm sure that it's going to help somebody. And if it does,
I hope it does. That's what I look for, man. I pride myself on my character as well as my work ethic. So you just got to make adversity your best friend, because it's gonna come with life. And like I said, I'm as long as the vibes are good and as long as you're not harming my mental health or anything that I got going for myself, I'm always looking to help people or be there for people. I'm a big advocate as well for mental health. And illness. I've had a teammate, kill herself and commit suicide. So I'm here for everyone, especially if you feel like you have no one. So yeah, just follow me on Instagram _Ravven Brown. Hit me with questions, all that. I'm here for it.
Y'all go follow her, Ravven Brown.
Before you go, baby, give me your top 3 men's pound for pound. Who you
Say
got?
it one more time.
Top 3 men's pound for pound. Who you got?
Pound
1,
for
2,
pound?
and 3.
Top 3. Bud.
Somebody done called and muted.
We'll get her back on. There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can't see me.
You can go out and come right back in.
Yeah, back door and click it back on.
She was probably going to say Canelo and they cut her off. Smart move.
or wasn't and accidentally hit the button.
You were at Bud at number 1.
I got Bud at number 1. Then I want to say, I don't know. He changed the game. He changed the game. But I say Tyson Fury number 2.
You damn right, Tyson Fury. That's a bad dude.
He's Mexican. I think he's more Mexican than Canelo. As a matter of fact, let's trade. I want to offer up a trade. We'll go ahead and trade in Canelo for Fury.
We not giving up that big gypsy.
Yeah, because listen. I mean, I don't know what's going on. But I just know Fury's mindset is on a whole different level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got to put him at number 2. Bud 1, Fury number 2. Dang, man. And then you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. People might disagree with me on this one, but I love people's mind states, man. They mental. I think they can push you over the top. So I gotta give it to Tio.
Tio went up to my number 5 too. After that, man. That's that boy there.
That his confidence, his work.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta give it to him. Nobody. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
That and having the 4 belts don't hurt neither.
Oh, that boy is the baddest man right now, lightweight, man. That what about the ladies, Raven? Top 3 fighters.
Top 3. Pound for pound, I would say. Dang.
But we know the GOAT's number one. But
yeah. I mean that I'll get that out the way. Clarissa, number one.
I tell you, I've been watching some of them European girls, you know, and they can fight.
I see. My thing is Katie Taylor, but I haven't seen her like.
She's Irish, so you know I was wanting to jump on board, and she can fight. She can fight like a mug, but man, I wasn't you know, I wasn't all jumping through the TV because that girl she was in with last was giving her a rough problem, you know.
Well, I know for sure it's Clarissa and Michaela right now. I know for sure.
That's what I'm about to tell you. And I after that last fight, not this one, Michaela's last fight, I text Kay and I was like, bro, she done came into it now. I see it. Like she performed brilliantly that fight when she fought that was it a girl? Was she African? But she was out of America, maybe. You know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
She had the low cut and stuff. She was supposed to come in there and bang out. I said, man, Michaela done hit that zone now, man. I said, man, I'm on her now. She's shining. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go Clarissa and Michaela too, and maybe I don't know, maybe you keep that. I don't know, man, because Jessica McCaskill, she be throwing Cecilia.
Oh yeah, I've heard about her. But see,
she's a brawler.
I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her.
She's a brawler, man. She's coming forward.
So, but
probably can't tell.
I done forgot. Let me put my big dog Danielle up in there. Let me put my big dog Danielle.
Oh yeah.
Nobody don't want them problems.
Yeah, she gonna be the champ for sure. So
I'm with you on that. That's a good 3 right there.
I got my 3. Clarissa,
there you go.
Taylor, and my DC Danielle.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you coming on. I got you now though, so we're gonna get you back on here as soon as you make some moves.
For sure. I would love that. I love this, man. Good day. Good start to my day.
Already. Well, we appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you soon. And that's a wrap. We appreciate everyone tuning in, watching. We'll catch y'all next week. It's your boy, Man Fresh, Coach D, the
Ravven Brown.
Ravven Brown. All right, peace. Don't forget, if you need help, you need someone to talk to, reach out to someone, man. You ain't never alone.
Never. Peace.